AVC, what's up? It's me, yours truly. I am back to post a quick video here. Just time for a recent finds video. Just know one of the videos where I go into my recent arrivals, just pull out 5 of the random albums there, and just kind of share with you 5 of my most recent finds. What I decided to do this time actually too is, with the holiday weekend, had a little more time to spend. I was able to kind of dive into my recent finds and listen to a bunch of stuff. So I just pulled out like 5 of the albums that I spun out of my recent finds this past weekend. So that's kind of why they're sitting over here. I'm not reaching into the queue. But let's just kind of dive right into it. Start off here with one I actually got a little while ago when it first came out. Jason Isbell in the 400 unit, and this is Weather Vane. This just came out like a few months ago, or let me say just 2023 here. 2 LP set, clear vinyl, and I'm definitely a big Jason Isbell fan. Especially those of you that follow my channel will know 3 or 4 years ago I really got sucked into him, and with that album Southeastern just completely blew my mind, and been a huge fan ever since. So I pretty much pick up everything that he puts out. And this is definitely a solid record. It's not going to come anywhere close to being my favorite by him, but also not going to come anywhere close to being his worst. You definitely get, I think, a little bit of a feel of all of his other albums on this one. So there's definitely some decent stuff, and certainly worth the listen. So great songwriter, brings really cool and good emotions to his music. So always glad to see new music by him. One that I'm kind of just catching up on, which is Slaughter, and this is Wildlife. This came out a little while ago. This is their release from 1992, and definitely a solid album, especially considering when you have one of those 80s bands kind of going into the early 90s, as we all know kind of what was going on in 92. I think it's a good album. I think there's a little bit of filler in the album though. I've always kind of felt like there's about 3 or 4 songs that they could take out, because there's like 14 songs on the album, something like that. And when it starts out with like Reach for the Sky, and you're just like, oh my goodness, this is about to be a killer album. And then like, to me, it takes a little bit of a lull in the middle where they start kind of playing around with some of that, like, let's do kind of some bluesy type of things, and that type of stuff. Then they kind of come back in, and I've always kind of felt like there's maybe 3 or 4 songs they should have taken out of the album, that way just made it a very solid album. But I never complain about extra as long as the good stuff is there. So yeah, nice to finally get that in the collection, and nice 2 LP set there as well. This is one I picked up at, actually these last 3 I picked up at the record show like over a month or so ago. Just haven't gotten around to showing these yet. But a very nice Japanese pressing, to Bruce Springsteen, The River. And of course, this was his big release from 1980. You guys know this album pretty well. What can I say about it? It's Bruce Springsteen, The River. Yeah, don't have to say anything about it. You guys know that one. Another nice pickup. Another one that pretty much everyone kind of knows. The Eagles' Greatest Hits. Seems like I've been stumbling across a lot of versions of this over the past month or so. But this is the just greatest hits. All the stuff you expect from the Eagles with Take It Easy, Lion Eyes, Desperado, One of These Nights, Tequila Sunrise, Take It to the Limit, and on and on and on. So I just found that beautiful Japanese pressing. It was extremely cheap, so I went ahead and picked it up. So definitely a nice addition to the collection there. And last but not least, the J. Geils Band. Then this is the best stuff. So kind of another greatest hits. Nice, beautiful Japanese pressing there. This is from 1979. I remember when I was a kid too, when I first heard that song Centerfold. I used to play the heck out of it. I thought it was like the coolest song in the world. It was just so fun. It's just one of those ones that made you want to jump around and dance to it and all of that. So that always kind of held a magical place for me early on in my rock pop life, so to speak. So always love me some J. Geils Band, and glad to get that in the collection. So there you go, VC. Just a really quick, recent finds. As always, let me know what you guys think, and we will talk to you soon. All right, take care, guys.